First of all, the 24th of September, you are going to be in Philadelphia. We are going to be in Philadelphia. Tickets are going fast. It's seated. So for everyone who wants to sit near the front, buy your tickets now.
Buy them now.
I have to get my hotel, girl.
I got mine.
You did. So everyone keeps saying that they want to come. They want to come. Buy the tickets, guys. Buy the tickets. We have some surprise guests.
Yes.
We're going to be covering Jersey. We're going to cover New York, which will be on. We're going to cover Beverly Hills. I can't wait for Beverly Hills to come back in February and November. I can't even speak today. Yes.
Yeah. And if what I heard is true, we can be covering some behind the scenes filming of Jersey because they might start filming around that time.
We're going to get to that in a second. I do have an issue to address before we start. So everyone buy your tickets. City Winery, their first sale. Maybe we'll hold another contest at some point, Kim. Yeah. We're going to have a good night. Come and meet us. Come and see us. We're fun. We're going to drink. Now,
oh my God, we have so much fun.
I mean, listen, do you and I care what anybody thinks? No. Are we going to spend our precious time trying? I mean, I just can't believe that we sit up here week after week and do this show. People really, and my interview with Juicy, which we'll get to, has not helped matters, which I don't care. People are like, call you and me tree stumps now. They truly think we are full-blown tree stumps. Now, nothing could be further from the truth, but I mean, have at it, people. But can you believe this? Did you ever think, Kim D, you would be accused of being a tree hugger, tree stump, that you would be a huge... People think that me and you are just drink the Teresa Kool-Aid. They think we love her. They think we love the woman.
Listen to me. I don't drink any Kool-Aid. I speak as I see it. I speak as I see it. As we watch and I see and I hear everything that's going on behind the scenes, I report on it. So, you know, I don't, listen to me. I don't hate Melissa. I don't hate Joe. Joe's got a very nasty mouth, calls me names behind my back and then acts nice, tells everybody he loves me. I don't like that shit. You know what I mean? And I don't like what he does to people. Now, Melissa, every time Melissa sees me, she's decent. She whatever. I don't think she'll be decent anymore. But I tell it like it is. I see what I see and I tell it like it is. And I don't care that people call me that. I am not a tree hugger. Okay. I am not a Melissa hugger, whatever they call Melissa people. Not my thing. I don't, that's not who I am. So I'm going to say what I see when I see it.
That's how I feel. I mean,
yes.
Again, you know, if Nick Barada, who Melissa kissed in the back of the car, if I don't know, if Joe Gorga himself, if they would like to come on this podcast, I will ask them questions. If Joe Gorga wants to sit here, it'll be his chance to talk about his story.
They won't do it. They won't.
Of course.
So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? When people don't want to come on and speak their truth, what does that tell you? They don't want the hard questions. Joe Giudice came on and answered them. He's not afraid.
No, everyone's like, you start shit, David. Where have you been for 5 years? Where have you been? When someone comes on my podcast, I start.
It was a great interview, David. It's great. I can't wait to hear part 2. It's great.
Loved him. I loved him.
You carried the interview because, you know, Joe stumbles a little bit. Love Joe Giudice. He stumbles a little bit. He gets caught up in his words and you talked him through it. It was great. It was,
you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yes.
I'm sorry. I have a thing for Juicy.
I know you love him. I like him too.
I love my Juicy. I do.
I love him too. I'm telling you right now, I got to clean my glasses. I love him too. So, and I always did, like I said, unlike Joe Gorga, Joe Giudice was always very respectful of me. Joe Gorga has not been, you know, so.
And for everyone who says, like, how could you give this convicted fella a platform? Let me make it clear.
Oh, stop it.
Stop. Right. This podcast is for convicted felons. So every convicted felon listening, everyone who's been in jail, everyone who's been accused of murder, who's gone to jail for murder. Well, I mean, I'd like to talk to them. I'd like to. Okay. I mean, it doesn't mean I support. Okay. I'd like to hear their story. Sure. Okay. I'd like to get a story. I mean, I'm not condoning it. I just want. Right. Sure. I want to hear from them.
All right. I get it.
So yeah, guilty as charged. No pun intended. Convicted felons, call me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Welcome on David's show.
Kim. So tree hugger Kim, I'm tree stump David. Where do you want to begin? Where do you want to begin?
Well, there's a lot of news that dropped yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. A lot of news that dropped yesterday, and people are on both sides of the fence. They're trying to.
Which news is this?
The Vanessa Louis restraining order. First of all, we were the one who dropped the story because Vanessa had called me and told me that Louis was served. He had just got back from Puerto Rico and he was served. And then Page Six picked it up with Doug Anton. Fine, good for Page Six, good for Doug. People are trying to say that Vanessa said that Louis was bipolar. He's not, he's this, he's that. Okay. Forget that stuff. If this was true, this alleged woman that came to Vanessa.
Right. And we did talk about this last week on our podcast.
Absolutely.
Where I went on my life and the phone's ringing and it's Kim D. 3 minutes later, she tells me I have to get back on the fucking Zoom.
Right. So if this is true and they sent someone to her office to feel her out and see if she's talking about Louis, she was very upset. What I heard was she started crying, shaking because she feels being stalked. Okay. Now I understand if the alleged thing happened, which Doug is saying it did. Okay. They have proof. I would be hysterical too, thinking that this fake person is coming asking me questions and why is this happening? With that said, I hope they work it out. I hope this all stops. It's got to stop. You know what I mean? It's got to stop between Vanessa. It's got to stop. He has to stop with her. And I just hope she has a new boyfriend. She's happy. Go on. Both of you go on with your life. But if this is true, it's got to stop. It's not fair to the girl. She's a therapist. It's not fair that somebody came in there and made believe. Now, Bo Dietl, the company was asked and they won't deny it and they won't say it happened. So,
I saw, right. So listen, if someone comes into your life, even not professionally, and is chatting with you as your new best friend that you met in your building or at the Starbucks,
yeah.
3 months later, 2 months, whatever, you realize technically, allegedly, this person was hired by Louis Ruelas to just become your friend. And you want to know why I have a cynical view on the world, Kim D? You want to know why I have a realistic, even cynical,
I get it.
A realistic view. I live in fucking Hollywood. I'm back in LA over here today.
I know.
I mean, this is a crazy business. Yeah. People are crazy. Like,
I just don't get it. I don't understand what, in the long run, what this is all about.
Well, that's the thing. Why would he?
I don't get it.
She's Vanessa we know Vanessa. We know Doug Anton. Go and read the Page 6 article. You and I, we did break this last week.
We broke the story.